Hi, EEF.
It's your favorite fourth grade team.
We requested a bunch of materials, but neither one of us can be at the meeting tonight, so we wanted to give you a quick rundown and show you why we want it. Yes? Okay, so it's in 3 parts, and the first part is Leader in Me, which hopefully you've heard something about. So Stephen Covey wrote 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, and his son wrote Leader in Me, which is a book for kids to help promote self-confidence and independence. So we want the activity book, levels 1 through 6 for each grade level. This is the 4th one. And we want it because it is a workbook, and we're only going to get one, but we could use it to help us guide Leader in Me lessons. So I really like this page. It's kind of the beginning, talks about habits, what's a positive habit, what's a bad habit, and how can you tell the difference. So just kind of direct instruction on good habits of life. So we would love to also have the teacher edition, but they're harder to find. These are sold as for a whole district, and obviously the EEF is not paying for the whole district. So we just want to find a couple copies for each grade level to help start our Leader in Me activities. The next part is executive functioning. We've had 2 lovely autism specialists come in and talk to us. But executive functioning just kind of means being able to plan and organize your life through scheduling and being successful at that. So we would like 3 different books for staff book clubs. One is Solving Executive Functioning Challenges, and we want 5 of those. And then Smart But Scattered, and we want 5 of those. And then the last one is a whole curriculum. It's Unstuck and On Target. And we're going to take you around Mallory's room here. We have a couple things that we've already implemented from Jill Kortner and Amy Quinley. They came and talked to us to help us and our friends with executive functioning issues.
Okay, so these are some of the things that we got from our professional development that we've already started using in our classroom for executive functioning. So we totally switched up our classroom calendar. It used to just, our schedule used to start with 8 o'clock, what we were doing, and then it would jump right to 8:30 for math, and then it would jump right to 9:05 for specials, and each of them were equal in size. So part of executive functioning is knowing like the passage of time and how the process and how to plan for the time that you're spending doing your learning or whatever it is. So this kind of shows us that this math block, and then right here the sizes of them, and then throughout the day that recess is shorter and then lunch is a little bit longer. So that was one thing that they gave us to use with the kids. This is another thing that we took from that. This is a ready, do, done. So this is like a long-term project or process that you would create with the kids. So what do you need to get started with your project? Or you could even have like a ready, do, done process for your homework. What do I need to do at home to be ready? Where am I going to sit down? What supplies do I need? What am I going to do? I'm going to set my timer for 30 minutes, and I'm only going to work on homework for that amount of time. When I'm done with my homework, I'm going to put it back in my folder to go to school tomorrow, and then at the end I'm going to put it in my backpack so I'm ready to go for the morning. So we're doing a writing process right now with Ready, Do, Done, but this can really be applied to any project or any activity that your child might need to work on. Okay,
Stop that.
Oh yeah, stop. Okay, so this is another part of the executive functioning, and it has to do with being able to just read the room and understand you've left the room to go to the restroom, you're coming back, and maybe the class has transitioned to something else. So this says, stop dot, what is everyone doing? What are you going to do? So as they come back into the classroom and they want to say, hey, I'm back, but they need to take a pause and see that everyone's already sitting down and getting started with their work. So what should I do as soon as I walk in? I don't want to go right to the teacher and say, what are we doing? I want to stop and read the room and see what's going on so they can make that choice for themselves to come in and get started. Is there anything? Oh, the clocks. Okay, and this is the last thing that I've started doing with my students, and I've been really surprised with the number of them that really enjoy it and just enjoy seeing it. So this little clock right here is on our morning work. So every morning my students come in, it's kind of glary, there we go. Every morning my students come in and they have this morning work. Here's the problem that they're working on. But then this little clock down here shows them they have this 15 minutes to get down and get started with this. And then we're having our morning meeting and then we're starting our math lesson. So again, it's kind of like that calendar that we showed you to start with. It's that passage of time and how much time they're going to be spending on it. So this whole green is our math lesson. Then whenever we come back from specials after 9:05, then we switch to a different clock on the projector, and that one looks like this. And I just put this one up so they see I've got 15 minutes. We come back at about 10 o'clock. They have 15 minutes to work on their problem set, and then no matter where they are, as long as they've worked hard on it, then we move on to our exit ticket. And then some Redbird time, and then this is our mark for recess. So it's just that passage of time for them to see, what am I doing? How much more time do I have? What should I be working on? So that's kind of the gist for executive functioning and what we've been doing and why we want those teacher book studies.
Yes, we just need more materials to kind of get us started. And the executive functioning piece is not just for our students that have been diagnosed with any type of disability, it's really for all of them. So we've had lots of kids react positively to both the schedule and the clocks. So yeah, we just want more, basically.
I've been really surprised at the number of kids that are asking me, are you going to put up that clock? I need to see how much more time I have, just so they can kind of process, all right, I'm on, number 4, she wants us to get through to numbers 8 or 9. How much focus do I need to give this right now? So it's just a good way for them to self-monitor and self-regulate their working.
Right. So. Okay, the last piece is social emotional awareness, and it's a Superflex program. And I think we're just asking for one more. Are there 12?
There are about 12 or 15 books. So this character right here is Superflex, and this is a social curriculum. It comes across a lot of characters. The set that we're asking from the EEF would belong in the resource room, but it would be there for all of the teachers across the grade levels to use. So there are these social thinking superheroes. This is Superflex and his little pet dog that helps him. This particular story is about a little guy called Rock Brain, and that is just the concept that when you get stuck on an idea and you have a really hard time letting it go, and your teacher said, we're moving on, but you're still thinking about that. So it's just kind of a self-reflection piece for the students to work through. I've been using it in my classroom with a couple of students. We have a somewhat complete copy from some other schools in the district that use it with their special ed classes, and it's one of those programs that speech would probably benefit from. I know they would use it in the resource room. I have a couple of boys that I'm already using it with. We've been using journals for them to reflect on those characters and those attributes, so I think it's something that a lot of kids across the board would benefit from.
Okay. Again, guys, we're sorry we can't be there. Please let us know if you have any questions. We are really excited about these materials and hope you'll say yes. Anything else, Mrs. Ramsey?
Nope. Thank you so much for your time.
Have a good evening.
Bye.